Someone has been on my desk again. See? What's that? Was shut way up. Hello, strangelings. Welcome back to my parlor. I'm just getting the incense lit right now. Today we're doing a lavender and a dragon's blood, so... For anybody who's keeping up with my scent journey. It's not really a journey, guys. Y'all know what I mean. Still not quite lit, huh? Okay. They take a little while, especially the cones. There we go. Make sure it's lit enough, because that's one of them that likes to go out right away. Guys, you are the only ones who get to see how the sauce is made as far as my mic goes. You guys here on my card reading videos are the only ones that get to see the mic. Well, I guess you can kind of see the mic other than that, but not sure where I want to put my tea today. Okay. I'm going to put it over here with my mouse, I guess. We'll put that over there. Now, of course, you guys know I'm going to do the loud part. Got to pick the beads, see who we're talking to, or at least give the person an idea that I'm talking to them. So, let me mute. My hair looks untucked, guys. And I don't know why. It's all those strays that fly away and out. Okay, here we go. Real good and deep. One fell on its own. There's 3 sounds there, so we're gonna call that good. We got 4 this time, guys. Okay, so we have square X. We have a round X. And we have a C, also round. And then we have this thing that looks a little bit like a green barbell. So the green barbell flew away, guys. Give me 2 seconds. Let me see if I get, there it is. Oh, and it found another bead, but that bead wasn't in there, so green barbell. We're gonna put that, well, you know what? No, we don't. Yeah, we'll go ahead and put that in there. Sure, why not? I have a smiley face looking directly at me from the bottle, guys. This is not a part of the reading. It's just, you know, it was kind of cute that this thing was sitting there on the edge of the, that was sitting there on the edge of the bottle. Okay. That on loosely. Alright, guys. As you can see, my tea is still steaming. I already tried to take a drink of it, but it was too hot. And of course, you know, I've got to do my obligatory shuffle here. Just because I want to make sure they're nice and completely and utterly randomized. As random as possible. And if there really was someone in this room, other than me, spiritually, well, then they'd have a chance to pick out the order, wouldn't they? Alright. Those shuffled up a little bit. I had a rough surface on my... Ooh, no! Well, that's no good. What am I gonna do, guys? I didn't realize I had such a rough surface here. We'll just have to, take a piece of clear tape over that to make sure it doesn't, like, damage the card too much, I guess. Or something! Clear tape, maybe a little bit of paint. I think I have some white paint. That might work. It might not too, because it might also flake off. We'll have to see. I've got something I can fix it with, guys. I got something. Just don't know what yet. Okay. That was a bit of a chunky one. Probably because I didn't even them out before I did it. Just staring at my eye over here on my mug, guys. I can't help it. It's alluring. Okay. My hands are not doing a very good shuffle today. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying. The bigger cards are stressing my wrists out today. Oh, then there's the yellow smiley face staring at me upside down over there. Okay. Bent corner. Did not want a bent corner on any of these. What am I gonna do, though? It's not like I memorized the cards, guys. It's fine. If I memorized the cards, if I could, first of all, I wouldn't be worried about being poor. I'd just go to a casino and card shark. Second of all, I could probably work this into something that I could run a con with too. Honestly. I was never very good at memorizing the cards. Okay. I'm gonna say right about here. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Alright, so you are, whoever I'm reading this for, you are someone who, when starting what we are asking about today, this is a raspberry leaf tea. It's so good. You were someone who felt absolutely defeated. You felt like each day, any day now, by the time the sun rises, I will have expired. Kind of defeated. And in this feeling of defeat, you did what you could. You survived, I don't know what else to say. You survived, you were able to gather resources as needed, you were able to make your life at least livable, even if you felt miserable. And then you got to a point where you became as the Queen of Wands. You were nurturing, you shared, you were giving, You appreciated what you got and what you were giving to your village, your community, your tribe, because of what it took to get there. But you also still were dealing with some of these miseries. Still, this entire time you've been dealing with these miseries. Excuse me. As far as this inquiry goes, that's where you're at. You're in an abundance. You're in a regal, authoritative, not authoritarian, but somebody who actually imbues and embodies the authority itself. Not somebody who shoves the authority in your face, even if it's ill-earned. So you went from absolutely, you're not going to survive this, to I'm surviving, I'm making sure my people are good, but I also wish things could be better. And she looks a little maudlin in expression, kind of a gray, sad expression. But at the same time, she's showing an appreciation of nature. An appreciation of what Gaia can give her. So that's where we're at today in this situation, right? Interesting. Okay. So it's just not quite sure. Give me a moment. Telling me something in particular. It's also giving me a warning in it. That top wants to clump a lot right now. It looks like it's a warning. I can't quite tell. So I need a little bit of extra clarity on this. Because I'm just not quite sure, guys. I'm just... It's there. It's at the tip of my tongue, but not quite, you know, kind of thing. So I need to figure out exactly what we are looking at here. My neighbor has this set of pinwheels that goes from their roof of their garage to the ground, and it's distracting to watch it spin. Not that I mind, just a little distraction. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. 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 Yep. All right. So what I'm seeing here, what I was seeing, and let me tell you what I was seeing before I decided to pull some more cards. What I'm seeing here is the Magician. You are trying to work this almost magically into something more beneficial, better for everyone kind of situation, right? And then I'm seeing somehow This gets you into the Knave of Wands position, the Page of Wands. They call them the Knave of Wands for a reason. You see, the Page is supposed to be a very, very, very young assistant to the Knight. Essentially, oh, you know what, guys? Hold on. I did not turn on enough light. Give me one moment. Essentially, the Page is someone who is a child, usually around, when did they start doing that? A page or a knave is the same thing as a squire, though a knave can also refer to a fool or a jester or, you know, the king's man. That's literally what the jester is, by the way. When you hear somebody say the king's man, that's the jester. So, a knave is, a page or squire is usually a boy, somewhere around the age of, 5, I think, is about the youngest I've heard of. 5 or 4 or 5, I'm not sure. I think it was 5, was the youngest count of someone sending their child to become a squire that I had heard of. And usually 5-year-olds, they'll become stable boys first, picking up after the horses and such. 6 was an extremely common age, and usually by the time you were 12, you were getting almost too old to be a squire. So the reason why so many readers will talk about the Page being this naive, young, headstrong, hopeful, is because that's historically what they were. Give me a second, guys. Let me get comfy. There we go. Yeah, right. I use those mainly to reposition my legs. So, I mean, I see this, you turning everything into something good for, or trying to turn everything into something good for you and those you help, those you have a mutual life with, so to speak. And that this kind of made you into more, or is going to make you into more of a Page of Wands as opposed to a Queen of Wands, which you'll be, you know, excitedly exploring as if with new eyes and so on and so forth, but that this will end up turning you into more of a King of Swords, someone of authority, a little more austere about his willingness to share the abundance, but someone who is sought after as an authority figure, which would leave you wanting for the world, would leave you feeling a lonely abundance, mental strife, though you are doing well. And I couldn't quite understand why that would be the immediate, just automatic. And then, so I pulled these, right? And they told me temperance. Temperance is learning to balance, learning to patience, right? And then they gave me your actual choices if you were actually doing this. Don't mind my nails, guys. I'm not girly. Your avenues, the fork in the road here is, with the Magician, you can either become like this Nine of Pentacles, this glorious being who is so in tuned right now that she is able easily to grow abundance. And in tune with Gaia as well, because she has a falcon there for her falconry. Or the Knight of Swords, which, as you can see, he doesn't hesitate to enter the fray, but sometimes hesitation is necessary to know how to do it safely. And I think what we're seeing here is the more likely scenario is you going down the Knight of Swords path. And since that seems to be the more likelihood, then I asked in my head, what would be the outcome of this more likely path then? This is the card that pulled out. I know, guys, I should be asking these things out loud so that you know. And I will get there. It's been a long time since I've done readings for people. I have done one reading for a person. I've done 2 readings for people recently, but it's been a long time since I've read for people, so yeah, oh. See, what I'm seeing here is like this. You decide you want to take the Magician's path, right? And what the Magician's path is asking for, how do I do this, is temperance. People who are card readers know, or card enthusiasts know what it's like, but you know. Okay. Now, she offers you one of 2 paths going through temperance. One of 2 paths through temperance. You know what? This is how I'm going to do it. This makes more sense to me. One of 2 paths using going through temperance. Right? So, what we are seeing with the cards today is that the most likely scenario is going to be that Knight of Swords. So we'll do it like this. Knight of Swords. That Knight of Swords is going to lead you to a Page of Wands. You're going to be naive. You're going to be far less resource rich than you were. And you kind of stepped down slowly, I see. Because you went from King to Knight to Page. So you're almost regressing in the way you operate in the world by going for the Knight of Swords. And that is taking you to the Page of Wands, which is, for all intents and purposes, a very naive boy who is excited, but unfortunately knows he has to take lumps. He's willing to allow himself to get a little hurt to understand the ways and means of this world. Kind of energy is what I'm getting. However, it kind of hardens you into a Knight of Swords, which you're all action, you're all go get, you get those bags, sure, but inside you have some turmoil issues. You have some Lord, what is the best way to describe this? You're not sure. You have a unfortunately large deal with your inner demons. I guess that's the best way I can describe it. With your inner demons, you tend to feel like, for example, There's really no... You can't really trust people. You feel like... You feel like you need to go out of your way for other people, but you don't want them too far in. You don't want them to get, you know, into your walls too far. Your mental walls, obviously. And because of it, then you end up with an issue with loneliness. You're getting the stuff you need. You still feel very, very, very much in heartache. Heartache, of course, is not just like pain with loved ones. It's not just being broken up with or cheated on. Heartache is anything that makes you sad. Something that makes your heart ache. Unfortunately, however, the end scenario here with this ends up being the Hermit. Now, if you're not an introvert, you might not want that. If you're an introvert, that might be okay, but I don't know. That never really feels too okay for me. Being a hermit is a very lonely position. It's powerful. It's a lot of wisdom and knowledge. However, it tends to be a lot of wisdom and knowledge gained through life experience, and usually in this kind of scenario, this is a hermit that became a hermit because a lot of hard knocks. So essentially, as I'm seeing it so far, we haven't done the confirmation cards yet, but as I'm seeing it so far, the cards are trying to tell you, if you just engage in this temperance, if you learn this balance and patience and all that, you can get there. I don't know as far as where you'd be. You'd be in a pretty good place, at least as far as your abundance goes, as far as your balance with nature goes. This is the path they chose to warn you about, though. The Knight of Swords path, where you then become, you know, your Page of Cups, and from the Page of Cups you become, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Now, guys, if you're wondering, I connect so much better with what's going on with the cards when I'm doing one-on-ones, because of the fact that I am actually reading for a person, but I don't have that person here for their energy to kind of inform this, for them to, you know, for my grands to pick up on who I'm talking to as well. Essentially, what my grands are doing are picking up on somebody and giving them the most clear warning that's coming off of what they're reading. And guys, remember, my grands are all up in here. They are real people who lived, but live no more. So that I carry parts of them with me. Not literally, but emotionally, mentally. Got some crackling over there. I wonder what's crackling. And if I had my camera up, you guys could see my green candle is down lower than my white candle, but you can't even tell because the wax refuses to melt around it. Kind of crazy. Okay. I'm probably actually gonna have to get my wick out and re-wick it once it gets too low. Because, yeah, that candle doesn't want to... Okay, come on, guys. It's time to toss some out, right? Let's go. I was talking about the candles. I distracted everyone. Okay. Oh, that is one I have never seen come out of this deck. Guys, we are going to read a new card today. That's way too much, and you know it. But I will take this one. It doesn't count if I catch it, guys. That was gonna end up being half the deck. We're not doing... Okay. Alright. That was only 3, and my rule is I take no more than 3 cards. So, this one was the first to fall out. Center point is right about here. These are all more towards me. That one is more towards you. So the first card is The Park, number 26. The park foretells a new love when very near, if distant, false friends. Well, it's not very near. These aren't very near either. So this might be an issue of false friends here that you have had to deal with, which makes a lot of sense. Number 19. Come on, guys. Number 19. This card represents the gentleman whose fortune is being told, and all other cards affect it to a degree in accordance to their relative proximity. When a gentleman's fortune is being told, number 18 has no significance in the layout. Okay, so this is a gentleman's fortune, which means it might not be false friends. Because you weren't that far from this card, were you? This might be about a new love coming in. Or this might be the new love. Okay, now we take these as they touch the table, which means bottom first, then the middle, then the top. The shepherd indicates an intense love of life and strong fellowship feeling. Okay, it makes sense with this. Hand in hand indicates confiding disposition. When close proximity to 38, 39, 42, 47, and none of those are here. Okay. When 45 is present, none of those are 45. And 48. Okay. So this is a confiding disposition. This is somebody we can confide in. So you do possibly... Okay. And number 13, the snake, also what I haven't seen, indicates calamity. Enmity and calamity. The degree of which is governed by the distance from the person. Oh, there's a lot of calamity in that. Okay. So, this seems to be like you're trying to, with this magician, you're trying to forge yourself a better life. If we remember, and I'm sure when I edit, I'm going to see this too. It was about right here. So, this is saying, at this point, you are a gentleman. I know. It's not got the effect that we might have seen, say, 100 or so years ago, but it is saying at this point you are a gentleman. You don't have to be a man. You could be a woman. Yes, I could use the word gentlewoman, but I'm not going to. So you are at this point a gentleman. You are somebody who is looked at with esteem. You are someone who is looked at as a source of help, possibly even knowledge. You are somebody who is well on your way in the world, right? You have on this path with temperance, it is likely that this is not just you being so in tune with the universe that you are just growing your abundance like that and in tune with Gaia enough to, have a happy, healthy life. But maybe you're also getting a love coming in. You're getting new love, because having the card here and the gentleman card here means that you were very, very close to the park in the first place, because that kind of cancels out the idea that this is you. The flower line isn't you when either the lady or the gentleman shows up. Now, on this, it would seem that we are given an abundance of cards showing you this warning. But here it feels like these cards probably more along the lines of go with that. Go with her. This gentlemanly card, that's just you in general. So this is the possibility of a love coming in. This is your abundance, love. There's going to be love for life and fellowship feeling. There's going to be confiding disposition. You're going to be able to confide in this love. And then here, this seems to be, this is where your calamity is. This says it's going to be calamity. It feels like not only is it calamity, but it feels like it's quite possible that there were false friends here. Even though this feels like it's telling you that this is going to be a possibility of also a love coming in, it also feels like it's telling you that there was false friends in here. So, this is definitely saying, as you do these things that you feel you need to do to turn your situation into this glorious, happy situation that you want, observe temperance, because you might want to get here, but without temperance, without patience, without balance, without a willingness to understand the ebb and flow of the world. The angel has their feet in the water. You're not going to end up being there. You're going to end up coming this way. Because without that patience, without that balance, without that ebb and flow of the world, you're going to be, you know, running off all half-cocked. You're going to be running in before you got the full assignment. You're going to be put into a position where you feel like you almost know nothing about what you're doing right now. And the hardships keep coming. But you'll return to that regal position. You'll just be more stone, more cold, more less caring, less giving, less yielding when you need to be, and this will make you very lonely. This will make you very much want the world again, to get back to at least this position. But it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get more closed off. Maybe not worse. Again, if you're an introvert, it might not feel terrible at the time it's happening, but it's not going to necessarily be a great thing, because there's going to be calamity and amity. Sorry guys, amity is a hard word, especially when they split it in two. This one's got EN and then the dash and then the MITY, so amity is kind of hard. Amity. Yeah, we'll just call it amity. I'm dyslexic, I can't help it, guys. But it looks like that today, this is a warning. This is just a, hey, come on, please don't go this direction because we don't want you to suffer. Yeah. Let me go ahead. I really want to show the pathing here so that you guys can tell once we have it up. Alright guys, well I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully this reaches who it needs to reach, because this is pretty big, if so. I'm gonna get out of here guys, but of course don't forget, one, if you guys want a one-on-one reading, you gotta hit me up on Discord. I am doing them now. So, get yourself booked before the time you want to be doing your reading is all booked up. Remember, I'm only doing one reading per day. This energy that people talk about for card reading is actually not something to be taken lightly. I know plenty of people do by the hour, and yeah, I have questions on as to why they do it by the hour, but it's not my place to question unless they come to me and ask. And then I'll question, and then I'll tell them the answers that these cards give, and then my answers. Alright guys, yeah, so one-on-one readings, just hit me up on Discord and I will book you in for whatever day is convenient for both of us. And yeah, the only thing left to remember guys is it doesn't matter who you are, I love you. Take care of each other, and I'll see you guys in the next video.